morning, everybody. So today we are going to be pouring on a canvas that I built. So I'm going to move our colors out of the way. We'll go over those in a second. So I built this canvas. The top is a 1/4 inch piece of MDF. The back is just a standard frame, and it's all glued in together. Everything is sanded very extremely smooth, so there is no ledge or anything like that. It's perfectly smooth. These sides I filled in with wood filler and then sanded them down perfectly smooth as well. And then I also sanded down the edges so we don't have a really sharp edge of the corners. The top was sanded down with 120 and then 220 and then 350. So it's nice and smooth, and by sanding it that way, you're also sealing in all the fibers. We are going to gesso this today. I want to make sure that we don't have any ledges or gaps or anything like that. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to use this Liquitex Basic acrylic gesso. I want to say I got this at Michael's. And then we are going to do our colors. So when I was at Home Depot yesterday getting the colors, I'm working on everything for Comic-Con, and I saw this card and I thought I really want to do this color combination. So if you're ever stuck for colors, just go to your local Home Depots or Lowe's or wherever you're at. I think in Australia it's called Bunnings or something like that. Just go and look at all their cards, and sometimes they have some really good color combinations that you can use, and you don't really have to use any brain power because sometimes we just don't want to. So we are going to be using dark crimson, asphalt gray, and casual khaki. We're going to be using my pouring medium recipe, and it's going to be a 3-to-1 ratio. And we are actually going to mix paints together today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this gessoed. I'm just going to use a foam brush to put it on. And let's get started. All right, while that is drying, we are going to go ahead and kind of push it up out of the way, and we are going to work on getting our colors mixed. This is a just under 16, so it's a 20 by, oh sorry, just under 17. So it is a 16.5 by 20. I think we are going to do 6 ounces of pouring medium and 2 ounces of paint for each one. We've got our scale out. And again, this is my pouring medium recipe. The link is down in the description for the recipe. Put that right there so you guys can see the scale. I don't know if you can read the numbers on there, but this is how I do all of my paints. Mix up. Make sure you always shake up your pouring medium before you use it. You're going to zero out. We're going to do 6 ounces. So 6 ounces of pouring medium. So this first one we're doing is the dark crimson. And because these are the house paints are a little bit thicker, instead of doing 2 ounces, we're going to go 1.5 ounces. And then we're going to stir it up and see what our thickness looks like. Remember, with house paints, they're a little bit thicker, so you go a little bit less than you would a traditional, just a craft acrylic paint. Okay. So I like the thickness of the paint, but it's not as dark as I want it to be. So I'm actually going to add just a little bit of this DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics Primary Magenta. Just a little squirt is going to help bring us up a little bit more color and deepness. All right. So that was our dark crimson. The next one is going to be the Asphalt Gray. All right, should have a nice consistency. It should just make a little bit of a mound before it falls into the cup. Oh, that was a little too much. Really? All right, close enough. And then the last one is going to be the Casual Khaki. All right, we have our paints all mixed up. We're going to get some of this stuff out of the way, and then we are going to get set up. We are going to do, it's just going to be a multi-cup flip. And this is mainly kind of a test to see how the canvas built like this with the MDF and everything takes the paint and how it all looks when it dries. All of those paint samples, like I said, I got at Home Depot. And I just had them get me, I just told them I needed them in paint samples and I needed it in flat. I think I paid $3, a little over $3 for each one of those colors. And as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot. Okay. All right, we are going to do a multi-flip cup. So let's say, we'll do 7. 7 cups. All right, we are all done. Remember when you're doing a canvas that has this step to make sure you pay attention to your sides. I probably could have used a little bit more paint. I thought I was going to have too much, but I had to stretch it a little more than I really wanted to. But this will be a great one to put a vinyl or something like that on. So we are going to leave it just like this. This was going to be part 1 of the 2-part series. Part 2, we'll come back and figure out if we're going to put anything on top of it. And then also we are going to get it sealed. So stay tuned for that. Also, let me know down in the description if you want me to do a video on how I built this canvas. I'm actually going to be building some more today. And, but I really wanted, before I built too many, I wanted to see how this dried. So just let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Down in the description, links to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, as well as my website, guidedbyfaithdesigns.net. And also down in the description, the paint colors used as well as the mixture ratios. If you decided not to watch the mixing, all of that is down in the description. And again, this is part 1. I will bring you down for a closer look.